Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt,
I'm Mayor,
and this is Mornings with Matt and Mayor.
and we are back.
After a long hiatus, we are ready to record again. Our website went through some updating. We've changed from crimsonweb.net
Yeah, to
into
crimsonnewsmagazine.org. So,
Mhm.
and while they were transferring over all the website data and stuff like that, we weren't able to record and put it up on the website. So, we were gone for a little bit, but we should be back pretty consistently for the rest of the year.
And what a weekend it is to be back because man, this is such a crazy time for sports. We're just going to start you off right here with the NFL draft. The headlines, the first couple of picks, Jameis Winston from Florida State going number 1 overall, as many expected him to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Marcus Mariota going to the Tennessee Titans at number 2 after many people thought that he would be picked up by the Eagles, the Browns, the Jets, somebody else. The Titans end up picking him. The Jaguars at number 3 pick pass rusher Dante Fowler Jr. from Florida, the University of Florida. Amari Cooper goes to the Raiders at number 4, the Alabama wide receiver who's been a star his entire career. And the Jets get the player who might be the best player in the draft, Leonard Williams, a defensive end from USC. They pick him at number 6. I think it's a steal, but overall, this has been one of the most predictable NFL drafts of that we've seen in a long time, and that's pretty much it. Those are the headlines for the draft.
Yep, and if you don't remember, Matt's kind of the NFL guy, so I don't
Yeah.
know a lot about that. But one thing I do know is baseball. That's what we're going to be talking about next. The on April 29th, this last week, the Baltimore Orioles and the White Sox held a game in which nobody was present. It was the first time in MLB history that anything like that has ever happened, shattering the previous record of low attendance by 6. And it's very big for the MLB because it has to do with the Freddie Gray riots, that there's too much violence and things going on, and they didn't want to open up to the public for fear of their safety, and so they closed down. There was no one there. There was lots of little silly things that kind of happened in the game from a couple people jokingly signing autographs and waving to the crowd, but in the end, the Orioles won 8-2, scored 6 runs in the first inning, and it was very interesting.
Yeah,
it was different.
A player like Chris Davis had a lot of fun. He was tossing balls into the stands.
He also hit a home run outside the park that a fan caught anyway.
Yeah,
so
he had a fun day. It was so quiet in the stadium that you could hear the players spitting. So that was some kind of experience.
It was different. And one of my favorite moments from it, the Orioles broadcaster Gary Thorne had jokingly remarked earlier before the game about how since it was so quiet and there was no one there, that he was going to call it like a golf announcer, and he actually did one play, which was very interesting, on a Adam Jones RBI double, I believe. It might have been an RBI, maybe, not sure on that one, but that was it was just lots of in lieu of all the negativity that's going on in Baltimore, Baltimore right now. It was nice to kind of see some positivity and silliness even coming as a result of something bad like that.
Yeah, so that was something that we'd never seen before, and there were a lot of people other than us that also didn't see it since nobody was at the game. Really quick, I have to give a shout out. Well, I guess it's not a shout out because it's major NBA news to Stephen Curry. I forgot to take his jersey off before we went on air, so there it is. My bias is showing. Stephen Curry won the NBA's MVP award. It was the news leaked Sunday afternoon, and it was announced this morning, Monday morning. So he wins one of the most contested NBA battles for MVP in a long time. James Harden, the closest second place finisher in the last 4 years. However, Curry did come away with 100 of the 131st place votes. He had the best three-point shooting season of all time, breaking his previous record of 273 makes with 286. He really did it all for the Warriors, leading them to a 67-win season. So he's been an outstanding player. Of course, we covered Russell Westbrook's rise in the MVP candidacy as he was putting up triple-double after triple-double. Westbrook finished 4th. LeBron James finished 3rd. Anthony Davis finished 5th. So it was really a stacked vote, and I think we can expect more of that coming in the future because these candidates aren't going anywhere. They're all in their prime with the exception of maybe James, and he, of course, might still be the best player in the world. So, that's the news from the awards front in the NBA. Next up is something more serious. It's the fight of the century.
Yeah, the biggest fight, arguably biggest fight in the history of boxing, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, and it was so a little bit of controversy surrounding it. Not just fight, because I know obviously when you come away from something like this, people are gonna be thinking it's fixed, stuff like that, but. Also, with the controversy behind Floyd Mayweather and his actions not outside the boxing ring. And it's basically Mayweather ended up coming away with the win, which a lot of people were very not happy with.
Yeah, it was unanimous decision. And, you know.
With the things he's done in the past, it's just kind of inexcusable, we think, that a guy who has... Over the past dozen years, at least 7 different physical assault charges on him.
Not even charges. These are that resulted in arrest or citation.
So, yeah, it's it's kind of hard to think like a guy like this is gonna be one you want to root for, and it's pretty. We were all hoping for Pacquiao to win. Unfortunately, he was not able to come away with it. He had a bum shoulder. He revealed later on, which that could either be real, it could be an excuse. We don't know.
Who knows? I think Floyd Mayweather would have won regardless. But a couple of points that we want to make is one: Floyd Mayweather is not a good person. He has not apologized for these acts, and obviously, if you have committed domestic violence acts 7 different times, and these result in arrest or citation. These aren't allegations. I don't think people should be referring to them as allegations because these happened. He has beat his former wife in front of his 2 sons.
It's been on 5 different women. The 7 arrests and citations have been over 5 different women, and it's just it's
unacceptable.
Yes.
And it really is unacceptable. I don't think that you should be able to separate somebody's on-field performance from the person that they are off the field. If you're rooting for Floyd Mayweather, then I hope that you understand this, and I don't understand how you could be okay with it, but it's something that people should be aware of. The second point we want to make is the fight kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was not good.
It was boring. It was a Floyd Mayweather fight in that he danced around and he got more punches and he landed a higher percent of punches, and that was pretty much it.
For how expensive it was, I believe they're making something like $130,000 a second.
Yeah.
Something like that for the fight. At least that was what Mayweather was making. $130,000 per second of the entire fight. It's for something that expensive to be that anticlimactic was a bit disappointing.
Yeah. Childish Gambino, famous rapper and actor, tweeted out that Floyd Mayweather hugged Manny Pacquiao more in the fight than Childish Gambino's dad has hugged him in his entire life. So that gives you a good idea of how action-packed it was.
Yes.
Anyways,
moving on from that, ending with a little bit more newsy type stuff. The NBA playoffs are in full swing. The first round is completely done, and with it has come not too many surprises, but in who's moving on, but definitely a little bit couple of shocking things and who's put up a fight more. I mean, everyone who's the higher seed has gone on to the next round, with the exception of the 4 versus 5 seeds and the Wizards and the
Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies, moving on over the 4th seed that they played. But it's been a very exciting NBA playoff so far, with the Clips and the Spurs going to the 7th game, which was it's always fun to see that.
It was an incredible series, and Chris Paul hit the game-winning shot with 1 second left in Game 7 to put the Clips through to the second round, where they'll face the Rockets. So it was really just a very tightly contested series. I think all but one game came down to the last couple of minutes. The Warriors beat the Grizzlies in game one of the second round soundly. I am proud to say the Grizzlies without Mike Conley are going to need to put up a better fight than they did on Sunday, but the Grizzlies are a tough team.
And then the Hawks, they struggled against the Nets. So you don't usually see a number 1 seed give up 2 games to a number 8 seed, but that ended up happening. They still moved on, but now they're going to be facing the Cavaliers, which
No, the Hawks will be playing
the Hawks, excuse me, the Wizards, and the Wizards
Yeah.
have already won 1 game. They're kind of on fire right now with
Yeah.
Paul Pierce and John Wall leading the way there. So that'll be a very interesting series to see if a number 5 seed can upset the number 1 seed. And then the Bulls ended up holding off the Milwaukee Bucks, which was that there was some fighting going on in that series, but the Bulls ended up pulling away, and now they're going to be facing the Cavs, albeit the Cavaliers are without Kevin Love, who's stirred up a little bit of news himself the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
so.
he dislocated his shoulder. He's going to be out the rest of the playoffs on what some people call a controversial play between him and Kelly Olynyk of the Celtics. I don't think it was that controversial. It's a play that happens so many times during basketball games. But anyways, that's your first round recap, your second round preview.
Well, I'm sure we'll be talking about it more in the future for sure, because we're going to be continuing this on from now on, trying to do as much as possible. So.
Yeah, we'll keep coming at you with more results from the sports world and really anything that we feel like should be covered. So that's the show for the day. Sorry, Intercom. I'm Matt.
I'm Mayor.
And this has been Mornings with Matt and Mayor.
See you next time.